Today's our last episode.
Do I look skinny?
Yeah.
I do.
Do you need it that high or?
No, I don't feel like I don't look as puffy.
I don't feel like you ever look puffy.
Yeah, when I was big mama.
Big mama, big mama. He love it when I call him big mama. Today's our last episode of the season.
I know.
I kind of am sad
Fun
about it.
season. I know. We're not going anywhere.
No.
We're just saying this is like our final season. This is our season finale.
Yeah, it's not a final season. It's not a series.
No. It's a season finale.
Yeah, not a series finale. Season finale.
No, absolutely not a series finale.
I'm really proud of us.
I'm proud of us too.
We started from nothing.
And here we are.
We really did.
I know. I agree.
I'm like, we literally, it just chipping away. And then I was like, oh my gosh, it's 6 months ago we did this and we had no idea at all what we were doing. We still don't. And we're...
Yeah, but we got some new good ideas coming your way.
We do. I'm excited about it. We got some fun stuff here. As I'm looking around, seeing all the unopened boxes of the things that we have in store for season 2.
Yeah, that you actually have to make a trip to Jersey to set it all up.
we have to do a production meeting and really evaluate everything.
Yeah, a face-to-face production meeting.
Yeah, 100%. Because that's how I'm excited about it. Like, to me, I'm like, I'll keep going with this till the wheels fall off. I love it. Like, I love
it too.
It's
I think
fun.
people love it. We get great feedback.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like...
I think people can be mean, I guess, but I feel like we would get something if people were like, oh, don't do this or don't do that. And people don't. Like, they just say all around they love it.
Somebody on our TikTok the other day literally wrote, how do you know what your mom's nipples look like? Because I think... I was like, well, I technically don't, but I'm assuming from my information of what I gathered, but okay. And I laugh at that because I'm like, they probably think it's weird and I really don't give a fuck. So it's hilarious to me.
That's funny. That's very funny.
Yeah, no, I'm excited.
That's the kind of feedback we get.
Yeah. No, it's been fun. I really have been sitting and reflecting and thinking, like, so many people are just scared to take the leap of just doing something completely out of the norm. And I feel like I like to learn fast and I like to just get in and attack something and really gather, like, learn as I go. I'm a visual learner.
I'm a visual learner too.
I know. So we just have to be thrown into it and just do it. And then we're like, okay, we get it now, you know? And I don't really think that there's anything to really even get. Like, we wanted to do it because we like talking our shit. We like doing this together. We like having deep moments. We like poking fun at each other. We like being weird.
We like learning. We like knowledge isn't there a saying like knowledge is something something?
She's really smart. She's really smart. Knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power.
Jesus.
Maybe I shouldn't. That doesn't say much that I didn't know.
I was like, I don't know if that
knowledge is something, but I didn't know what it was.
Knowledge is something Barb doesn't have.
No, I do. I'm learning all kinds of new things.
No, I was kidding because you didn't even know what the saying of it was. How are you going to preach to somebody and not even know what the quote is?
I'll just make up the other end of it.
But yeah, I'm excited to keep going in store, and I was excited to do like our season finale today, and I felt good. I'm proud of us.
I'm proud of us too.
You are?
I am.
Good.
I mean, this is something that, we talked about, and then we
made it happen.
We, aka you, put it into motion.
I said, Barb, show up and look pretty. That's all you got to do. Just show up and look pretty. Well, speaking of
pretty,
you look pretty. What you?
No, I'm saying our speaker today.
Oh, girl, you're jumping the gun. We got a kiki.
All right.
That's it.
No, I'm saying as in we were going to start talking. I was like, that was my lead in, like, yeah, and then we can go off of it. But at least we could like, throw that in there like, "Oh, well, that's gonna be our episode today too."
Jump the gun on that one.
I
Speaking
know.
of pretty, you look pretty.
Thank you.
I said the zip is a little, we can, I don't know, adjust it and
We can go
oh,
low, we can go
okay.
high. I thought
Did
it just gave it a cuter effect, like,
did you wear that on Valentine's Day?
no.
Oh, I thought maybe you were gonna be, like, sultry and seductive and give a little
No, I wear scrubs on Valentine's Day.
oh. Did you at least have a date with Big Blue, also known as your vibrator, for
No,
Valentine's Day?
no, I worked.
You didn't have any intimate time?
I made dollars.
Hey, just cashing out. So you didn't do anything really, on Valentine's Day then?
I did not. Did you?
We're not big Valentine's Day people, if I'm being
I
honest.
feel like I've never been a big Valentine's kind of. It's a Valentine's, right?
Valentine's Day, yeah,
Yeah.
that's correct. Knowledge is power. Barb knows Valentine's Day,
Well,
and
'cause you can like Valentine's Day.
no,
We
that's just
throw an M in there.
no, that's just that Jersey South that's the South Jersey, Philly Valentine's.
I
No,
know. It's
that's not ac
Valentine's
yeah.
Day.
You also say water instead of water, so
Water.
I I'm not a big Mother's Day like, I do love Mother's Day, but, like, I'm a firm believer of, like, I love my mom every day, so that one day should not make or break. I
That's
feel
what I say.
I know, and I feel the same way too.
Yes, I'm like, if I have 1 day a year that you have to show me you love me, then I've obviously done
Just
something wrong.
get rid of the day at that point. It's not even worth it, is how I feel.
Yeah, I'm
It's like
like, you guys need to show me all year. You guys need to show me all year
yeah,
round.
she's a needy bitch. She needs emotional love throughout the whole year.
Yes.
So I feel the same way about Valentine's Day. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't really need to do above and beyond. Why am I gonna go out? Why do I wanna deal with people, crowded spaces? Like, I like to be in my
Well,
home.
it's so commercialized.
Oh, yeah, 100%,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, it's too
So,
commercialized.
we don't really do gifts or anything, like, we had a cute night in, we, like, watched Drag Race, we, like, ordered, at our local spot, Hugo, shout out, which is a great meal, and,
We
I
love
said
Hugos.
Jordy did happen to go to Trader Joe's and buy me what is a 12 Days of Beauty curated beauty collection. So while he was grocery shopping, he happened to see skincare products, and that truly is the key to my heart. So
So
this is a
look. Aw, that was
this is a
cute.
this is a win in my book. Oh,
It is.
should we open it? What's day 1?
You didn't even do day 1 yet?
No, is that bad? Okay, let's do day 1.
We're all gonna be surprised.
Oh my gosh.
What is it?
Trader Joe's stone fruit scented body butter. Oh,
Wow, what's it smell like?
I coulda used that on Valentine's Day and felt all cute and sexy. What
What's it
happened?
smell like?
I don't know, let's open it up.
I didn't know Trader Joe's had a
Yeah. Oh, it smells good. It
does
smells
it?
like a passion fruit.
Wow, look at Trader Joe's. I didn't know they had a skincare collection.
Let's apply some, shall we? Let's
Just
make
put it on
sure.
your hand. Just
No,
put
that's
it
not
on your
where else do you think I'm putting it at?
it's body butter.
Girl
You can put it on your
girl,
face.
where do you think I'm rubbing this at, on the call with you? Come on now, have some respect. It's not that kinda episode today.
How's it smell?
Smells
Wow,
like, you smell it from there, can't you? I
I
know.
can.
You can
It
smell
smells
it.
wonderful.
It smells like, oh my gosh, it smells like a candy. It smells like a fruity candy, like a Nerd's Rope or something. That's what it smells like a Nerd's Rope. I kinda wanna open up day number 2. Am I
I
getting
was
too
gonna say you
crazy?
can technically. You can probably
Right?
open up to 3 all the way up to 3.
Okay, day 2, let's find it. Okay. Oh, this one looks different from the rest. Look, see it? It's the shape of it.
Let's see.
It kinda was too cute to open. That's why I just kinda
Oh,
wanted to leave
I'm
it.
what are you gonna save it? Oh, all right, hoarder.
You're a fine one to speak. Hello. Oh, I need this one. Cranberry orange moisturizing lip balm.
Oh, that's gonna smell, and I feel like it'll
Oh,
have a good little taste to it.
let's look. Hold on.
Is it a Trader Joe's also?
Yeah, they're all Trader Joe's products.
Who knew?
No, they have like a little section there, but okay, hold on.
If your lips start to swell as we talk, let me know.
Yum.
Oh, cute.
I am moisturized, honey.
All right.
My hands feel good. My skin. I did a little routine before I hopped on here with you, and now the lips are popping. Look at that. Okay,
That's
Trader
cute.
Joe's, come the fuck through.
I know, right?
So yeah,
Woo-hoo.
that just goes to show the key to winning my heart.
I
Give
want
you
you to go. I want you to keep going, actually.
I know I kinda wanna go through all of them.
Do we have to do one a day?
When did he get it for me? Friday, Saturday? Okay, so it's alright, we could do day 3, right?
I know. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Oh, look at this. Okay, we're pulling. A Trader Joe's Forest Fig Blackberry Ultra Moisturizing Hand Cream.
Wow.
Can I do double hand cream or is that extra?
You could do
Let's
double.
do it for the people at home listening, right? Okay, this is what we got here. Is it upside down? No, okay. You know, I love these products because they don't have any seals on it. It's just pop it out and there it is. You don't have to pop anything. Someone might have went through themselves, but I
Oh,
just
no,
hate going
that's
through
a
the
good thing.
I just hate going through the bullshit of having to like cut it, open it. It's like, oh, here we're back to the lip balm, everybody.
Wow.
So yeah, that was our nice
Cute.
beautiful I was about to say Thanksgiving. That was our nice beautiful Valentine's Day.
You feel thankful.
Hmm. But I will say what I did do to treat myself on Friday on Valentine's Day. What did I do? I went to go get a pedicure. I love a pedicure. I live for a good pedicure. And I was like,
Which
I'm
is
gonna
funny because you're not a sandal person or
no,
a
but I like
barefoot person.
because I don't like feet being out like that. I feel like it's like private. Like you should keep them to yourselves. Like they don't need to be out. So that's the one thing that I draw the line on. I'm like feet, keep them in.
Okay.
So I go to this place up the street from us. I've been there before. The girl was nice, and I go in there and already I'm sitting down and I'm like, I just feel calm, I'm like, I feel good. Like there's nothing to be stressed about. I'm treating myself to something. It's nice. Like, why don't I just enjoy this moment? I go to these places for therapy to me. They're therapeutic. I'm not in a rush when I go there. I'm here
Yes.
to marinate on the
Yes.
experience, if you will, right?
Yes.
So I go there and I'm just like,
You usually take a book.
yeah, yeah. This time I was watching a Netflix documentary, so I brought my AirPods and I was gonna watch while I was there. I have a bone to pick on the podcast, and we need to let this out. I held in telling you this because I wanted to relive it right here, right now with you.
Oh, why?
Because I was so annoyed by this about the lack of like courtesy
Oh,
and respect at these places. So I walk in there, I sit there, tell the girl at the receptionist, "Hey, girl, like I'm here for a little pedicure action. This is what I'm gonna do." Cool. I'm waiting. Two women leave. They're sitting. The nail tech is like, "Oh, do you want like slippers?" She's like, like, just completely like, yeah, just you just feel like it's like I'm better than you type attitude, and I already am alert that she's doing this. I'm like, okay, already just feeling it. I'm like keeping one eye
yep,
open on
yep,
at
yep.
this chick. The receptionist like, "Oh, how was your pedicure? How was your manicure? How was everything?" I mean, it could have been better. I asked her if she could have like done like, she could do this on my nails and she didn't, but like whatever. It's not that big of a deal. And I'm
Nuh-uh.
and I'm like, girl, what? What?
Oh
Like
my
just
god.
be honest and say to the girl, hey, I asked for this. Like, why are you being weird like about it?
Yeah, just say, "Hey, prior to going in, You talk to them and say, "This is what I want. Can you do this? Can you do that?" And then you can leave and be a happy person.
Well, let me tell you, that was
It's
not
so
the
I feel it's like way for people to get out of paying full price or something.
yeah, okay, so
Yeah.
hold on, you listen, because it got even worse. She's at talking to the receptionist, and the receptionist is like, "Shout out to Leanna at IB's and Nails, the receptionist." That's my girl now. So, because I
Oh,
'cause I had her back, the receptionist is like, "Hey," calls the nail tech over, and the nail tech's like, "I can do it," and Leanna's like, "Maybe you just, like, fell asleep and, when she asked you, but it's okay, we can." Are you trying to say that it's my fault that I fell asleep? That I should have been I'm like, "Oh my
did she
gosh,
fall asleep?
something was off." Hold on, excuse me.
It's sucking out the moisture.
Felt like I need to reapply. Okay. Yeah, this story is gonna be long-winded, everyone, bear with me. So, that happened, so she's just, like, complaining, no, I'm not gonna make a big deal about this. I don't want it was just 2 little hearts. I'm not gonna make a big deal about it."
But
Girl, you made a big deal
you
about
just
it.
made a big
You
deal.
made a big deal about it, sweetie. You
Yes,
did,
I
you did.
hate
Too
when
late.
people say that.
Too
No, it's
late.
no big deal, but then you shouldn't have said anything.
Yeah, you shoulda kept it cute, kept your mouth shut, and just
Yeah,
kept it
thank you, I
moving.
love it, great.
Nope. So they walk out, so I get up to the front and I said, "Did I just witness that? Like, is that crazy?" Or she's like, "You saw that?" I was like, "Girl, what was that? That was weird." So she's like, "Oh my gosh, people today, I can't." And I'm like, "Is there a fucking full moon out? Because I told you something was off. People were acting funny."
Yes.
So then it's my turn. I sit in my chair. Tell the nail tech lady, "Hey, if you don't mind, I'm gonna put in my AirPods. If you need anything, feel free to tap me. I'm gonna
Oh,
open
that's
up the
nice
line
to
of
tell her.
communication
Yeah,
so she knows.
that
Some
you're not,
got
like, ignoring her.
yeah, some fellow gay, another gay, I'm not gonna say fellow, a gay comes in, and I just hear him all of a sudden next to me like, "No, no, I said this," and it's like pointing at the menu, and the guy who's doing his, like, pedicure is like, "Yeah, that's manicure, you're asking for pedicure." Like, I don't know what you don't understand, like, I need to go, I need to go.
Stop it.
Yes, and I'm sitting here and I'm like, I actually wasn't listening to anything, I just had my AirPods in because I was like, "Oh, okay, something's happening." And I was trying to have a good vibe too. So the nail tech is, like, trying to, like, converse with him and communicate, like, "Hey, this is what it is." He's like, "I can't even understand you, so you should just stop talking right now." And I'm like, "Oh my
Stop
gosh." So
it.
he gets up and he looks at me, I'm like, "Girl, I'm not jumping in with this
I
on you,
hate
you
when
look
people look
crazy."
at you
I'm
when
like,
they
"No."
I hate when people look at you when they think you're going to, like, agree with
Agree
them or
with
be on
them.
their side. Like my Starbucks lady.
Yeah, no. No,
Yeah,
ma'am, I'm not. You're on this
no.
journey alone looking like a
Yes, you're on
mhm.
it yourself. If
Yeah.
anything, I'm gonna roll my eyes at you.
Yeah, you look crazy as hell. So that happened. So then I see him getting, like, kinda bucked. There's, like, this little glass window that they keep up, and I see him just like, "Honey, I need to leave." Like, what? I'm like, "Oh my gosh." So he, like, walks away and then comes back and is like, "Can I actually have the receipt?" I'm like, "Girl, you can't make a moment and then try to come back and get the receipt."
Did he get something done?
I don't know, but I heard her say something like, "I'll give you a discount," something. So she
Say,
looks at me from across the room, and she looks at me and she's like and I'm like, "Girl, where did you sit me today? Like, what is going on?" And she started laughing, and then here, the woman who was doing my, pedicure, she, like, left me hanging and forgot about me, and, like, the lady who was cleaning up, like, was calling her, and the lady comes running over, and I'm like, "Oh," I was like, "You're good, like, I didn't even know you forgot about me." I'm like, "I listen," I told her, I was like, "I come in here to relax, like, I'm good," and she's like, "You're so nice," and I was like, I'm like, "I'm sorry you guys have to deal with this, like, this is awful."
"Oh my gosh."
So I go up to the register, I start kikiing with Leanna, the receptionist at Ibiza Nails. I was like, "Girl, what is happening in here today? Like, I feel this is crazy." Like, she ended up gave me $20 off
Aw.
and was like, "Come in here again. Like, Imma keep my if you want champagne next time you're in here, you want this, like, we need more people like you in here."
Aw,
So
that's nice. Alright,
so I was like,
so when we come next
"Uh-huh,
time, that's gonna be our spot. We'll bring the whole crew.
100%." So
Yeah.
I said, "Let me tell you one thing. You don't have time to go into a nail shop? Bitch, don't come in. Don't come in. We're not on
Don't
your
go
time frame.
in.
Don't come in."
They're not appointments. They're doing the best they can. It
Yeah.
takes a moment for things to be done.
You
I
asked
know if you're getting your damn hands or nails or your feet done. It's a pedicure manicure.
You asked
Sheesh.
for a heart on your nails and the technician didn't give it to you. Bitch, speak up.
Right.
Don't start
Right.
afterwards. I was like, what is this full moon ass behavior happening?
But I think it was a full moon,
Something was off. It was like a new wax moon or something. We need someone to
something
look
like
into
that.
it.
Yes.
But
Makes people all cray cray.
so I was like, wow, look at me. I was proud of myself because I will say one thing. I know how we are. I said to the girl at Ibiza Nails, I said, look, girl, I'm all about respecting people, customer service when I'm in a place and I understand they're doing the best they can. That's just empathy and compassion. Now, if you cut me off at the line at the Trader Joe's, that's a different story. But I'm going to be nice to somebody who is doing a service to me, right?
Agree.
So I was reaping the rewards of someone else's bad energy
See?
and I got it. So I was very proud of
See?
myself for just being like, I'm relaxed and I feel good. I was not, I was in the moment.
See, here's my problem is I probably, like, I would have had to hold my tongue to, like, say
I
something,
know. I know. I know.
especially with the person sitting next to me, and then they look at you like response. I would have responded in a way like, "Yeah,
No, I
no."
would have too, but they were like handling it like they had it. If they were getting
Yeah,
like really buck, I think I would have like jumped in. Like if I would have jumped in on the first time, I probably wouldn't have been sitting in that chair the second time. So
correct.
I was like, I need to like pick and choose my battles here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But so I want to give a motherfucking shout out to Leanna at Ibiza Nails and Daniel, my boy at McDonald's in the drive-through, because
We
they're out
love
here working.
Daniel.
They're out here working and they're dealing with so much bullshit from people. So I just want to give them a moment on here on the Hold On, I'm Calling My Mom podcast and let you
'Cause you
guys
never
know.
know, they may be listening.
Yeah, they absolutely are listening. I'm gonna have to start handing out little business cards when I go through the drive-through for my Diet
It's
Coke.
Daniel every time I'm on the phone with you and you go through that drive-in. He's so sweet to you.
He really is, and he's out here telling me he's trying to, like, hustle and get another job, and he's trying
I
to move up,
know.
and they didn't call him back for his interview.
I
Leanne is out
know.
here trying to hold it down at Ibiza Nails when she's got 2 people that got her fucked up. Like, they need to get a little round of applause here because they're out here working, and they're trying to do their thing, and people are taking them out of character.
I agree. Because when I go to my nail place, when I hear someone popping off, I'm like, I just sit and take a breath, roll my eyes, and I just like kind of just look at the girls, and they know me and I come in, I'm always very friendly. I tip them very well. Like I know, oh, we're sorry you had to wait. I'm like, it's okay. I'm
He
waiting,
tips them very well. Big boss Barb. Okay, cash out.
because of people like that. Like they're doing a service and then, yeah, it's just, they work hard.
They do.
The hours that they put in are crazy.
They are, they are. Speaking of
Yes.
working hard, excuse me, hold on. I'm gonna reapply this really quick. I think it's time to update the hand cream. Hold on. But that brings me to my point. As we were talking about this, I was like expressing to Jordan the situation, and you were on the phone with us, and it made me think. He's like, you guys are so nice when it comes to like respecting people, and it's like in services at like restaurants, and like you guys are so good at that. But if you
And
cut,
nice in general. And
of
then
course,
he
of course,
said, and that's what I said. I said, you mean nice like in general? And he said, yeah,
but
but
he was
don't
like,
cut you off.
yeah. Jordan was like, if you
He's like, yeah, but cut Paul off in the car. And he's like, that beep suburban or whatever.
He's like, if you yeah,
Piece
he's like
of shit. Da,
yeah,
da,
he's
da.
like, you cut Paul off at a grocery store or in the car, you're asking for a verbal ass whooping. Like there is no like
No,
that's a personal slight. He's like, Barb and Paul, like they would literally, he was talking about if we went on a cruise, he's like, you two would never be able to do a cruise. And I was like, no. And he's like, what
no.
would happen is that the two of you would be at line in the buffet and Becky would cut you two off. And then the whole time you'd be back at that fucking bitch Becky over there looking at her. She thought she was too good that she cut us off in line.
Yeah,
Yeah.
forget it.
Hey
She'd
Becky.
be out.
Becky,
Yep.
you really like that stuffed baked potato over there, Becky, that you picked out of line that you cut us out
Yep.
for?
Or if we had a towel somewhere and someone picked it up and moved it or something, like on a chair,
Yeah.
forget it.
We have like
Shit would go down.
we create these narratives with people that, like, we have a vendetta against them. Like,
Yeah.
you're dead to us. Like, they don't even know that we've created this or concocted it.
No, it's a
But,
whole narrative.
like, Jordy's like, "You 2 would be on the in the elevator with Becky," and she'd be like, "Oh my gosh, we saw you guys yesterday at, like, the li" Yeah, she'd walk out the elevator, we'd be like, "Bitch, no, now you wanna be nice to us, but you cut us off
Yeah,
yesterday in the line? Mm-mm,
yeah.
we don't play like that, Becky, thanks."
Nope, nope. Becky be out.
Yeah, bye, Becky. That would be like last week at the gym. Some guy that I was working out with at the gym said that I looked uncomfortable while I was doing the exercise, and I
Oh,
felt
you
like
that put you in a tizzy.
yeah, I'm like, "We got beef now, whether you know it or not, like, I'm not fucking with you anymore." Like, "What do you mean I look uncomfortable?"
Uh, you know you're gonna be like, if he says hi to you or something now, you're just yeah,
"Oh, yeah, 100%. You do me like that, I'm like, we're not friends anymore."
we're not friends.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
we have problems now because you started it.
Right, they start.
You started it. You didn't have to say anything about my form. You coulda just sat there and kept it cute,
Kept it cute.
and you chose to speak up.
Mind your own business.
Period. Alright, I really can't resist myself. Don't we're gonna do a spoiler right here. We're gonna do day number 4. Why not? Why? I just see it here. Can we do it, everybody, right? Let's just
Yes,
go.
do
Okay.
it. Do
Okay.
it, do it,
Do it.
do
I
it.
know. Okay, hold on.
Jordy's not gonna be mad that we're opening them without him, are we?
I don't think oh, I live for a good bath bomb. Hold on. Look at that. Look at this,
Wow.
everybody.
Trader Joe's
Rosemary mint bath
methods. Look at
fizzer.
that.
Bath fizzer. Okay. We love to stay pretty, don't we?
We surely do.
It's
It's
ex Were you gonna say it's exhausting?
yeah,
Me too.
it's exhausting.
It really is. It's exhausting to be pretty.
It
It's
really is.
hard. It's
You
hard.
got hair, you got nails, you have facials.
You have
Yeah,
eyebrows,
you have
skin.
eyebrows, you have skin, you have massages.
Uh-huh. I tried to get one the other day. My guy was booked. I was like, "Geez."
Oh,
I know. I know. Every
yeah, it's all exhausting and expensive, and you feel like you just have to keep doing it.
I really wonder sometimes when I, like, had an interest of, like, taking care of myself in terms of, like, physicality, because I always think back to the moment that I started growing a unibrow, and you had to kindly, like, let me know that I had one. I probably was self-aware of it at this point.
I waxed it myself for you, right?
Yes, uh-huh, yes, you did. Yes, you did.
And I would, like, pluck, like, here for you.
I remember you had this nasty ass little, like, like, coffee plate that the wax always was stuck to, and we couldn't take it off, so the wax bottle would just be stuck on it. So we would always just
'Cause
have
it would, like I put it in the microwave, it would, like, bubble up.
yeah, well, you shouldn't have been putting that on the microwave in there. Yeah, no. So
Shouldn't
it
been bubbling up.
no, so you would always have it, and you would be ready to
But
go for
see,
me.
it came in handy.
It did. I remember we spent a lot of times in those bathrooms together. You literally would make sure my unibrow was gone. You gave me an enema one time.
We're not putting that in there.
Why?
Disgusting.
You had to give me an enema. You had to give me an enema.
Yes, for your own health. That's all I can say to that.
I remember it vividly. So I remember
Yeah.
sitting in your I can't watch Harriet the Spy anymore because that movie was playing in your room when you were like, "It's happening. I need to do this for you."
It was very upsetting for me, but I
You had
had
to
to act stern and be like that because you were like, "No, I'm not doing it."
girl, you stuck something on my butt. I mean, I knew
It
I
was
was
for
bit.
your own health condition. Like, it had to be done.
Maybe that's why,
You're gay?
I was like, "Oh, okay." I had we well, s I had some control issues with using the restroom, and I things weren't flowing the way that they should have,
No,
and Barb had no other choice but to get it out.
none.
We've talked through in many therapy sessions about where my control stemmed from as a child. So, we went from waxing eyebrows to shoving something up my butt.
Ew.
You did. You literally did. What are you oohing? It's
I
facts.
know, but don't say it like that.
Y Girl, what do you think an enema is?
I know, but it sounds gross that way.
I don't think there's any way around it. Like, it is what it is. Like, that's what it does. What do you mean? Like, what?
I know, but it just yeah, I know. I hated doing it. I had to for your own well-being.
You did.
I know.
You were looking out for me. I could have ended up hospitalized.
100%. You
Could you
probably should have multiple times.
could you imagine if they were like, "Why are you in here? I'm sorry, I haven't used the restroom in 365 days." Like, literally,
I
that was
feel
the
like I was very laxed back then on, like, you guys,
like, you wouldn't take us to the hospital,
like you had a concussion, we're
and you
crying,
let me
like,
fall
"Go lay
asleep.
down."
Yeah. Good job, Nurse Barb, thank you. Hold on, excuse me, I'm getting stressed out talking about this. I'm gonna apply some more
But now I'm like the total
sunscreen.
opposite of it.
Yeah, we don't need to put that in there
But
about you being a bad bad letting your kids go to sleep with a concussion.
I wasn't a nurse then.
I We learn from our mistakes, and that's what makes you a great nurse.
That's right.
So, yeah, we spent many times in that bathroom.
Again, we
And
talked about, like, doing your hair when you were little. Your
Mhm.
hair had to be done correctly.
Yeah, we talked last week about my highlights, the lowlights.
Yep. But you always had to have your hair, like, perfect. Like, it was, like, to the side. It was so cute.
There better be some hair products in this bad boy for me. Hello. Day number
That's just
5.
in 5.
You know what the funniest thing though is that you said how we're talking about the enema is that when we were at a family event and we were with Jordan and his family, you literally came up and you were like, "Hey, I have to ask you something." And I was like, "What? Is everything okay?" And you're like, "What's that bulb that was sitting on the bathroom sink there?" And I was like, "Oh, a douche." And you asked me and you're like, "What is that?" And I was like, "Oh, a douche." And you were like, "That's what it looks like?" And I was like, the fact that my mom came up to me to ask what a douche was in my boyfriend's family's bathroom, and the fact that it just was casually laying out, it's like, "Here's the hand soap, here's the tissues, here's your good old douche that's just sitting out for you."
Your ass wipes.
Yeah, your dude wipes. I hate those things. I hate that they're called that. I'm like, "They're just wipes for your ass. Why are they called dude wipes?"
Dude wipes?
Yeah, it's so stupid.
I've never heard them called dude why are they dude wipes?
Because, they're marketing to guys that need to wipe their ass. I'm like, "Yo, everybody needs to wipe their ass with a baby wipe, like, we don't need to call it dude wipes."
I've never heard of that. That is weird.
It's the brand.
It's a brand?
Yeah, that's what they're called, dude wipes.
Well, women use them too.
Exactly, that's what I'm
Everybody
saying.
uses them. You shouldn't use them, but everybody does.
A wipe for your ass, you shouldn't use them.
You shouldn't flush them.
Oh, well, yeah, no, shit.
Yeah. You're not supposed to flush them like they really cause a lot of harm to the pipes. My my service public announcement, don't flush wipes down the
I'm sorry,
toilet.
your service public announce so it's called an SPA, it's not a PSA, it's called an SPA?
Public service announcement.
There we go. Thank
My
you, Barb.
PSA.
I hope everybody can take away from this podcast today that don't wipe your dude wipes or tampons.
Yeah, don't flush them.
No, yeah, who's doing that?
People do that.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, don't be flushing. Throw it out.
That reminds me of the one time that when I was just at your house recently, we got into a little argument and I was mad at you and I peed on your toilet seat.
Purposely?
Yeah. I was like, have fun sitting on it.
Do you not think I would not wipe it before I sat if I saw it there?
No, but then I ended up having a guilty conscience and I went back and I wiped it off myself because I felt bad.
Am I supposed to say, "Oh, thank you"?
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome.
That's why I keep Lysol wipes in my bathroom.
Yeah. That's how petty I am. I'm like, oh, we're gonna get into an argument. I'm gonna
Yeah,
piss
what
on
a
your
petty bitch. Petty
me?
bitch that was.
Me?
Yes.
No, I
You
would
know why you told me? Because 'Cause it's been hanging on you now. The
yeah,
guilt is
the guilt has sunk in for sure. It's been there.
oh my gosh.
Well, I'm exhausted about just all the things that we've talked about. So I'm like, now I gotta get more exhausted to talk about how pretty we are, which is gonna be equally exhausting.
I agree. I mean, maybe not so exhausting for us, but
Girl, bye. Goodbye. Well, I'm excited to have our guest on today. We have Dr. Judy Ho. She's a neuropsychologist. She has so many things going on, to TEDx talks, to podcasts, to television,
being called for forensic stuff
on Scamanda.
on Scamanda.
I know. I know. We love Scamanda. It's the Disney Plus ABC documentary. It's on Hulu, Disney Plus. Dr. Judy was on this past week's episode, so check that out. Yeah, Dr. Judy, she's doing it. She's killing it. And I was like, how powerful would it be to have a woman on like her who was killing it, being successful at her career, but also equally like looking the part, like
Checks all the
empathize.
boxes.
Yes, she gets it. She knows how hard it is out here to be just fabulous like us, right? So it's hold on, let me put on my Forest Fig Blackberry Ultra Moisturizing Hand Cream just to get prepared. I'm excited to dive in there with her on this topic. I know me and you always talk about it. You know, you're plucking a chin hair, I'm tweezing my eyebrows, we're on the phone, we're like, girl, this is too much. So Dr. Judy definitely will be able to maybe help us not be so
Hard on ourselves.
right. Yeah.
Like it's okay to take care of yourself, just not be obsessive about things.
I agree, everyone. Yeah, don't worry. Well, I'm excited to have her on.
We'll put a
And
picture. We'll put a picture every day of when you open it on our.
oh, that's fun. Good idea. That's good. So today will be 5.
Today will be 5.
Check our stories to see what the big surprise for our 12 Days of Beauty, a curated beauty collection by Trader Joe's will be, everybody.
Yep. Every day we're gonna put a little picture on to show you. Okay.
Well, let's get Dr. Judy in here. Let's chat with her and welcome her to the podcast. Well, today we have on neuropsychologist. I mean, there's so many things this woman does. The host of Stop Self-Sabotage podcast, Mental Health Bites, author of The New Rules of Attachment, which we got right here and we're promoting it right here. And I mean, you've done TEDx talks, super accomplished. Welcome, Dr. Judy, to the podcast.
Hi, Paul. Hi, Barb. Thanks so much for
Hi.
having me here. I love what you guys are doing. So
Oh,
thanks
thank
for
you.
having me on
Dr.
your show.
Judy. Thank you. We're happy that you're here. I was like, I mean, I don't know how you could fit us in with all the things that you're doing, but we're happy you're here.
I know.
I feel like you, out of all people, a woman who's got it going on, who's got her career, who's got her hands and everything, like that's the person that we need on today's episode to talk some sense, some real shit with each other, to be like, hey, this is what it is. Society's like pressure of like keeping it all together and looking pretty and polished. And I think me and my mom, you know, we have talked about like it is so exhausting to try to look cute, keep it all together, be a functioning person. You know, like I'll be on the phone with her and I'm like tweezing my eyebrows and, you know, she's plucking a chin hair. And I'm like, you know, it's like, it's so tough to just like maintain being a person in society and
So
then,
true.
you know, and looking cute. And I think if anybody can really, you know, talk about that is you, of course, because I'm like, you're gorge and you have your hands on a lot of pots. And I think you could talk some sense into like, you're good. You know, maybe you don't have to go so hard of like getting rid of that unibrow. Maybe you embrace it for a couple of days and then get to it,
Right?
you know?
Yeah, man.
Um,
Totally. I hear that. I'm like, you know what? Like, I've stopped doing my nails during the beginning of COVID, and it's like, I just never went back. I'm like, you know what? That's just, it's too much time. I don't have time to like, I mean, it sounds great to be pampered, but it's also like, I end up getting stressed that I'm like
It's
there for
very
so
time
long.
consuming.
Right? It is actually. I'm like, forget it. Stop dyeing my hair. I'm like, whatever. My natural hair color's fine too.
I
You
know.
know,
It's
just
like
gotta
you just sit and it's your day off and it's like you act
exactly.
like it's such a hard thing. Oh, I have to go get my nails done.
Yeah,
Like I
exactly.
get my hair
Right?
done today.
Exactly. It's like, you know what? It's not worth all that, you know?
No, I feel like it's really not. And I really think actually burnout is a huge part of also this, you know, trying to keep up with this lifestyle, right? Of trying to be like beautiful and hot or, you know, glamorous and successful. And I mean, the expectations to be this all around packaged human being is exhausting. And I think, like, I know the three of us can probably relate to that, right? I think, is there ever that moment in time where you just truly like, is it bad to stop caring how you look, right? But then is it also bad to, pull back a little bit? Like, I think it's such a dichotomy a little bit, right?
I'll say this, generally, let's say like I'm, having a cold or the flu, like it feels so much more important for me to actually try to get myself together physically because it actually helps me to feel like a functioning human being. Like if you don't get ready on those days and try to put a little bit of effort into, how you're presenting, it actually makes you feel even sicker. So like I actually put more yeah, sometimes I'll sign on a Zoom when it's like a virtual meeting and people will say, "Wow, you look like extra nice today." I'm like, "Yeah, that's cuz I have a cold." Like that's why I look extra nice. So like I feel like
You're better than me then, because just wrap me up in a blanket and put me in bed and I'm done.
Yeah.
no, it's true. And I feel like, that I think just shows you that to some degree you have to care for yourself. And, when people are struggling, they're burnt out, even if they're suffering from depression or anxiety or any other kinds of issues, they tend to, that's what goes to the wayside first. It's like their personal upkeep, right? But at the same time, you shouldn't feel like you have to be that way all the time, so put together all the time. Like, I knew that we were recording this today, but there was just so much going on. I've been so busy. And I was like, you know what? I don't think Paul and Barb are going to mind that I don't have my makeup on today. Like, it's fine. You
Well,
know,
you have natural beauty. Let me
You
tell
well,
do. You do.
thanks.
We need
But,
the skincare routine, Dr. Judy.
and I know it's going to be on video, but I don't have time to put on my makeup beforehand. I hope that's all right, but
I
I just feel
appreciate that.
like, I just feel like we have to be able to have some semblance of, just like that preservation for ourselves, that it's okay to have that space to not always look quote unquote perfect. And part of it, I think also is not spending so much time on social media because obviously that's somebody else's highlight reel and
Mhm.
they look that way on social media because they've polished everything and they've done their
Right.
makeup and then they've done all of the, filters, etc. But,
Mhm.
they obviously are walking around some of the time without having done all that too. But it's
Yeah.
just so hard not to think about, oh, well, how come they always look like that? So I try to, tailor my consumption of social media as well to not spend so much time with those kinds of comparisons.
Well, that's probably a key factor in it all, right? Is like your mental health. I mean, there's so many studies that even say like being on social media and Instagram and comparing your life to other people's is not good for you. So I think
Right.
that's probably like rule number one. If you're struggling with this already, don't go on Instagram and compare yourself to other people's lives, right?
Yeah.
Exactly, exactly. And again, I think that that probably applies to most people if they're being honest, just because social comparisons is just part of being a human being. We're social beings. And so we are going to look to people around us to use as a barometer for where we should be.
Yeah.
Um, so I think it's really just about using it to enhance your well-being rather than to cut yourself down, and so many of us can be so harsh with ourselves. Our self-talk is so negative. And so if you know that you're more prone to that than the average person, then definitely think a little bit about, how I can make this work for me rather than work against. But I do think that everybody has a different relationship to I call like the shoulds, like what you should be looking like what kind of standard you should try to be attaining at the time. And I just think that oftentimes we're just so not realistic with that. It's like
Yeah.
nobody can look that way all the time and nobody can preserve their youth all the time. So Barb, you might know this. I think Paul, you're too young for this one, but do you remember the movie Death? Is it called Death Becomes Her?
Oh,
Okay.
yes.
I only
Yeah.
know it because it's like a gay cultural phenomenon, and
Is
like
it?
the gays love that movie. Yes.
It's
So,
Oh, I didn't
actually
know. Okay.
it's actually a play on Broadway right now.
uh-huh.
And I
What?
just was asking my younger son if he wanted to go see that. Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
it's in New York. It's a play on Broadway in New York.
Well,
Yeah.
listen, I love that movie, but I always think about, it's so hilarious because part of it is like, yeah, you can look beautiful forever, but also it's a cautionary tale, like you actually can't.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so I feel like even though that's such a humorous movie, and I love all three actors in it, it's like amazing that they're all in this movie together: Meryl
Yeah.
Streep and Goldie Hawn and Bruce Willis.
Oh
Um,
yeah, it's iconic.
it's like iconic, but it's also like that's like a good reminder though, even though it was just a comedy and a satire. It's like, yeah, you know what? Like we need to allow ourselves to not have such tough and hard, rules for our life and for what we think, has to be kept at all times. It's like it's not possible. So I feel like it's like embracing the stage of life that you're in and enhancing your natural beauty as much as possible. But also on some days, it's like if you want to throw your hair in a ponytail and not wear makeup and wear like your oldest t-shirt, like that should also be embraced, and that's a different kind of beauty too. So
Yeah, rock it, rock it,
yeah.
rock it like
Well,
nobody's
I'm more
business.
of the put the ponytail up and sweatpants kind of gal. Which is funny because my mom was the total opposite. My mom's face, she was done every day, even when she would wake us up for school in the morning, her face would already be on. She had the jewels, the clothes. You would never see her without makeup, hair done, dressed to the T.
Wow.
Didn't you say it was because of like a fire or something ever
She would
happened?
always, even when she went to bed, like she would wash her face from the day, but she would put a little bit of CoverGirl on and she would like just put a little bit of rouge because she would say, you never know what could happen in the middle of the night that I need to be ready if there was a fire or something.
That is actually really iconic behavior, if I'm being honest.
Always. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's so funny. I love that.
yeah, that might teeter on also narcissism too, right? But hey, we love her.
Right? Exactly. And I think that everybody has a different relationship with that. And some people just like they just feel more confident if they are made up. Like, and that's
Yeah.
totally fine too. If that's you, like you do you, but like don't feel like every day your makeup has to be perfect because that's just so stressful. I know that there are some people who are just like, oh, like I really wish, I didn't film this video before, like really making sure my
Uh,
makeup was perfect. And
Yeah.
like that
Yeah.
can be kind of stressful, right?
Dr. Judy, I want to ask you, this is a personal experience. It's happening in real time. I need some of your good energy, whatever you got for me to kind of enlighten me and lead me in a good direction, right? I think as we're talking about this, I'm a person that struggles trying to give everything 100%. And I feel like that is just nearly impossible and is what causes burnouts, right? I
Yeah.
go to the gym and you see these people with like these beautiful bodies that like, I'm not hating on my body. It's cute, but like, you see these ideal like Fabio looking ass people, right? That like got it going on and they're, you know,
Unrealistic to maintain.
yeah, a little bit. But like then I have to sit there and think what I struggle with is I think, how am I being 100% in the gym? How am I being 100% to my mental health? How am I being 100% to my boyfriend, my friends, my family, my loved ones? How
Your
am I
work.
being a
Yep.
100% to my career? And how am I being 100% to my podcast? And then at the end of the day, maybe I get like 5%. I'm like, how do I show up for myself? Right. And I think
Exactly.
that is where I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so exhausting. And I try to like take a step back and think, okay, well, that person at the gym might not have the same goals that I have. Right. So their priorities are so different.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when you were just adding up all your percentages, like, well, that's like 500%. So that's obviously not possible. And so I feel like part of it is just like prioritizing every day might be a little different or every week might be different. It's like this week is going to be when I have to hit it harder at work or in the gym, or like this is a week that I want to spend, cherishing my loved ones more and not actually prioritizing my work. And I think that we just all have to make those decisions on a daily basis and also know that it doesn't have to be that every time you're showing up 100% in every single scenario. Like it's just not possible. Like there's some days where you're like, you know what, my basic workout is fine today. Like it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
too much
Yeah.
work to do like the fancy workout, I'm not gonna do my hit routine today. I'm
I
just
was
gonna
gonna say the
steady
fancy
state
workouts,
run.
like, yeah, the burpee, like we're getting up in the air.
Uh,
I'm like, no, no, let's just stay
no.
on the ground today. Yeah.
You're doing
Exactly.
a little arm curls
Yeah.
today.
Exactly. And I feel like it's totally fine. Or like some days it's like, like I do want to spend time, with my loved one, but also today it's not that day where we're going to get all fancy and like go to a restaurant and go on a big date. Like this is a day where we're just going to like curl up and watch some Netflix and that's fine too,
Yeah.
Um, and that's still quality time. There's just so many different ways to devote yourself and to give, meaningful time. And I think the most important thing is that you're trying to be as mindful as possible, because I think that when we are busy, then we're trying to do too many things at once. And as a neuropsychologist, I will say that multitasking is a myth. Like, we all seem to like admire that idea, like, oh, who can multitask the best? It's like your brain actually doesn't work that way. Your brain is switching rapidly between like 2 or 3 different things, and that actually not only exhausts you, but you're more likely to make mistakes and feel burnt out faster, because you're just exerting so much energy going back and forth like that. Our brains like do not like to function that way. It's supposed to be done only in very short spurts, but we're constantly thinking about multitasking all throughout the day. So actually, in the end, you end up giving a lot less of yourself, and you also enjoy it a lot less, just whatever you're doing.
Wait, I'm gonna pull a Mel Robbins where I stop the guest and I go, wait, wait, wait. Dr. Judy, you're telling me, because I'm like, that's actually really, I need that. Like
I
that.
know.
So you're telling me, Dr. Judy, that that is not true. Like, for people, I feel like it's rewarded to be like, oh my gosh, you can do this. Like, that's great. But you're telling me as a neuropsychologist, like, that is actually like incorrect. Like, we can't
Yeah.
live like that.
Yeah, multitasking is a myth. And I think that, again, our society really just, we so idolize people who are like workaholics, and people who, say that they're doing so many things in one day and like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. It's like, actually, either they're totally imposters or they're burning themselves out in the process, or some combination of both. And so I think that, we have to know that that's just actually not how our brain works. It's just simple biology. And I don't know at what point did we start to like completely skew this idea and believe that that's actually possible, but it's actually not. And if you're going to multitask, it's meant to be done in like extremely short spurts, but we don't multitask well. Like, if you think about the fight or flight response, the whole idea why we've been able to survive as a species is that during the fight or flight response, like, your mind and your body is like singularly devoted to one purpose, and that is to help you survive whatever situation that you're in. If you were trying to multitask in a survival situation, you'd for sure die. You would for sure be wiped out of existence. So like,
Yeah.
we have to also remember that like, that is part of just our society, media, like putting pressure on us, like that we expect that of people all the time. That, for example, you're away from your desk, and I don't know if this has happened to you guys. Like, people will email you, then they'll text you, then they'll call you, and it's like, okay, like, what's the big emergency? Usually
Yeah.
there isn't one, but people just get so used to, well, doesn't matter what you're doing. If I sent you an email, how have you not responded? It's been 2
Uh-huh.
hours, And so I think we push each other to do this multitasking when it's just really not actually feasible to keep up in the long run.
Yeah. I mean, you're
I mean, I'm a nurse. So
the
that
girl, we need you to multitask.
explains why I'm exhausted every night I come home.
Right. Right.
And nurses get burnt out because of that. Yeah.
Yeah, because you're asked to multitask, and it's just like I said, it's not actually possible. And now that I know the brain research behind that, I really hope my nurses are not multitasking so much. I'm like, can you please focus? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. This whole topic of discussion of what, why we wanted you to come on today was really because, like, where this started was because at the end of the day, me and my mom, if we, if she worked and gets a couple of minutes to chat before she goes to bed, and I'm at the, end of my day, and I'm at the, bathroom sink, and I'm plucking my eyebrows, and I'm like, washing my face and making sure I look cute. And then I'm like, girl, I did this. And then she's like, yeah, this person got saved today. We had a code, and we'll go over and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, how do people not burn out? Like, I feel like I don't want to do that, but like, when I hear my days back, I'm like, if you keep this up and you're 32, like, you're
Yeah.
in for a rough next, decade, century, whatever.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, you can't keep that up forever, And I think that's why you have to preserve for yourself, what are the most important things, and what is truly a value to you. And if it is a value to you to, make sure that you look a certain way every day, and like that's important to you, and you don't feel stressed by it, then do it. Like that's great. You do you, right? But if you are that person who feels like, okay, I'm constantly trying to do this, but it actually stresses me out and I wish I didn't have to do it, then I think that's when you can think about, well, like, in what situations do you really have to make that happen? And is there like a simpler routine that you can go through where you feel, okay, that's pretty much good enough? Like, that's good enough, And I think good enough is okay in some aspects of our life and on certain days. So we can't hold ourselves to these unimaginable standards all the time. Like you just can't. Yeah.
No, Paul puts very high standards every day. He'll have a
Mhm.
list of 20 things on it, and I'm like, you can't do that. You just
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a double-edged sword, right, Paul? I mean, like, you're a perfectionist, you have big goals and
Mhm.
big dreams, and so definitely don't stop that, but at the same time, I think that the people who are these go-getters, like, very, very successful, intelligent people, like, they're also prone to the worst negative self-talk when they don't reach all their goals. It's like, "Oh my god, what's wrong with me that I couldn't get that done?" Like, "Oh my god, tomorrow I have to do it," you know?
Yeah.
And part of that feels motivational at times, but over time, it just wears on you, you know, and then it actually takes you away from being able to get everything done. And so there has to be a balance somewhere, but it's kind of like, hey, don't give up on all these amazing goals and having these high standards, but also like you have to find somewhere to kind of there are places where you just need to like say that's not for today, or like I do it's okay that I cut this corner because that really ultimately wasn't that important, you know? And that's the part that I think is difficult and challenging for people who are really overachievers. None of us are perfect. And even if you're the biggest go getter in the world, like you're going to make mistakes. You're going to have goals that are unmet from day to day. And it's okay to say to yourself, like, it's okay. Like I am still awesome. Like I still have value. Like, and I've done some really important things today, even if I didn't get every single thing done on my to-do list.
I
I
agree with that.
I
That's
needed
what I
that.
tell him all the time.
She does, literally, and I'm
I
just
love
like,
it.
"Well, you're my mom, you of course you're gonna say that," you know, so now I'm like now my mom
Yeah,
would be like, "Nuh-uh, Dr. Judy,
That's right. Now
neuropsychologist."
that's what I'm gonna say. Doctor remembered what Dr. Judy said.
we have recorded evidence of someone that's not your mom saying that.
I needed that, thank you, actually, that the timing couldn't be more perfect, to be honest, so
Yeah, I agree.
Dr. Judy, before we let you go, you know, I want people to really like understand, like me, who are maybe struggling with like keeping everything afloat, trying to build an empire, hustler, trying to do all these things. There is hope that like you can do those things, but you need to also reassess maybe what day is the most like, you know, most prioritized thing that you need to get done that day, right?
Exactly. And so I think that it is important to really curate your to-do list so that you put the priority items, like put a star next to them. I actually think that sometimes when people try to prioritize while they're writing their to-do list, it's actually more stressful. So I suggest that you do like a brain dump first. Like the first step is just like writing everything down that you need to do that day. And then after that, you can just star the items that like this is priority and this has to be done today. And then that's the easiest way to do it as opposed to trying to filter as you're writing. Cause that again is multitasking and that's
Yeah,
very hard to do. So don't do that. Like just do the brain dump first and then go back to your list that you've written and just star the ones that you have to do today.
I
You're a
love that advice.
superstar. I'm like, we need to live
Yeah.
like Dr. Judy. That's why we had her on today, right?
Yes.
Aw.
Dr. Judy, can you let the people know where to check you out? I mean, you have your new book. It's amazing. I mean, you have all these things. I want people to consume as much as they. This is the only time you're allowed to go on Instagram is to look at Dr. Judy's work. Okay.
Yay! Right? Exactly. And my Instagram will definitely be an uplifting Instagram because it doesn't really contain any information hopefully that like would hurt anybody because it's really just about helping people live their best lives. So lots of free resources there. My handle is Dr. Judy Ho. You can also go to my website and subscribe to my newsletter for more free resources. And I also post a bunch of other free resources on my website. So if you
Oh,
just go to
that's
drjudyho.com, you can download a bunch of helpful things that will help you with your mental health and your wellness. So thank you so much, Paul and Barb, for just shouting that out. And like I said, I love what you guys are doing. And I
thank
hope
you.
that your podcast is ridiculously successful so
Thank you.
that you can stop
Oh, thanks,
multitasking.
Dr. Yeah,
Right?
right.
Oh,
Well, thank you so much for joining us and taking time out of your day. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, Dr. Judy.
oh, thank you. It's been great talking to you both.
Have a great day.
Thank you. You too.
Thanks, Dr.
Bye.
Judy.
Bye.
Bye. I don't know about you, but I'm like, I'm gonna start rocking my unibrow. You can rock your beard, and we can call it a day and be happy, right?
Let's not get carried away.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe we're getting a little
Good
too.
advice from Dr. Judy, but let's
I,
not get carried away.
I agree. I loved having her on. Dr. Judy's a vibe. She just got it, and she was with us.
100%.
She understood the assignment. She understood it. I just want to take a moment and just say how sad I am that this is our season finale again for everybody.
I know it is. It's
This
just
is
season though, people. Just
I
remember,
know it's
we're
season
picking it
finale,
up.
but
We're gonna have all new stuff. It's gonna be, yeah, we're still going.
this means this is going to be the last time for this season that Barb's going to give us a hold on.
Yeah, I am.
I know.
When you
And
call next time, I'll be picking it up. That's how you'll know it's a new season. I'll pick it up next season.
oh yeah,
Instead
yeah,
of
we got
picking it up.
pick it. There you go. So if you see Barb picking up the phone, that's how you know it's a new season. I do genuinely want to say I appreciate so much. Like, I don't care if we have 100,000 views. I don't care if we have 100,000 followers. Like, I am so appreciative and grateful. And I know I'm speaking for both of us when I say this, that the fact that anybody listens to us and cares and finds us funny or compelling, or maybe they're making fun of us and they're listening. I don't care. You're tuning in, and that doesn't just like go to the wayside for me. Like, that means so much to both of us, and I appreciate anybody who takes the time out of their day to give us a listen, whether that's on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, however you consume this podcast. It's been such a creative outlet for both of us,
I agree.
and just seeing even the transformation from how you were, Mom, in particular, from like the first episode to now 30, like, and even us.
I still clench my pearls, but
Yeah, but you have to. You have to. You're a modest woman, to some degree, right? And you're my mom. But,
exactly.
I really noticed just like the growth of this, and it like gets me so excited, and I feel those like creative butterflies where I'm like, we have something so good because it just is us, and we're just being ourselves, and we don't know how to be anything other than this. Instead
It
of
is
just
very
being
fun.
on the phone, now we're getting to be face to face, and we make designated time to do this. So
Yeah,
I am very excited to keep this journey in the Hold On, I'm Calling My Mom podcast legacy continuing. I'm gonna call it a legacy.
that's right. Legacy. That's right.
And
Iconic.
iconic legacy, brand empire, if you will.
That's right.
Yeah, I love it. I love it so
I love
much,
it too.
and I love everybody that, like I said, shows us love and shows up
I
every
do
week.
too.
And I couldn't not say this on our 30th episode, that if you're listening, please follow us at Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook at Hold On, I'm Calling My Mom. Make sure that you are listening, whether it's on YouTube, Apple, Spotify. Subscribe to us on YouTube. I really say like the biggest way of getting this out there is word of mouth, and just following and keeping up with us. And especially now more than ever, keep up with us in the meantime while we are getting ready for season 2. You'll get all the
Yes.
little updates and maybe some BTS. And yeah, I love you all. I love you, Mom. And
I
I'm
love you.
so
I love
happy we
everybody
did this.
too.
Hold On, I'm Calling My Mom podcast, season 1, episode 30. We did it 6 months.
Cut.
Yeah, director's cut. Well, the people are waiting for you to take them out with an
I know.
iconic.
Well, thanks everybody. Ditto to what Paul said. We'll see you next season. I'm hanging up now. Bye.
Call you later.
Call you later.
Love you, Mom.
Love you, Paulie.